Welcome to my class of mobile computing. Today we will learn about localization calling and handover. The fundamental feature of GSM is the automatic worldwide localization of user, for which the system performs periodic location update. GSM uses the IMSI for international unique identification of a subscriber. Why it is international? Because generally a mobile moves from one place to another, so IMSI, international unique identification of a subscriber, is used. Now what is IMSI? It is International Mobile Subscriber Identity. Every registered user has an original IMSI with a valid IMEI stored in their subscriber identity module or SIM. IMSI comprises of mainly two parts: mobile country code MCC, 3 decimal places, and it is internationally standardized. Then mobile network code MNC, it consists of 2 decimal places for unique identification of mobile network within the country. And then mobile subscriber identification number MSIN, maximum 10 decimal places, identification number of the subscriber in the home network. The IMSI is a unique number identifying a GSM subscriber. Now what is IMSI? We must know in detail. It is International Mobile Subscriber Identity. Already I have told you the different parts. It is globally unique identifier. Now it is a 15-digit number, country code plus net code plus MSISDN. It is also showing one example. It allows for mutual authentication of a device to the network only using SIM's secret authentication key KI. It is for 2G or GSM. For 3G or 4G using KI and a shared sequence number SQN. It is stored in 2 places in the SIM card, UICC or USIM. IMSI is accessible in a read-only section of the SIM. Secret key KI and SQN are not directly readable. At the operator, IMSI indexes KI and SQN in operator's database, an identifier that provides for tracking devices. There are others like Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, NFC hardware address, example MAC, IMEI, MSISDN, phone number, etc. Now, localization and calling. Now GSM system automatic worldwide localization of user and periodic location updates. Periodic location update, roaming, changing VLR with uninterrupted availability of all services. One provider or 2 providers in a country or 2 providers in 2 different countries. So we can say the fundamental feature of GSM is the automatic worldwide localization of user, in which the system performs periodic location update. How it is done? GSM uses the IMSI for international unique identification of number. The VLR contains the exact location of all mobile subscriber currently present in the service area. VLR is responsible for the mobile station to inform the HLR about location changes. As soon as user moves from one location to another location, the HLR sends all data needed to renew VLR for new locations. The VLR Visitor Location Register is a database in a mobile communication network associated to a Mobile Switching Center MSC. The VLR contains the exact location of all mobile subscribers currently present in the service area of the MSC. The information is necessary to route a call to the right base station. HLR, these are different types of register. One is VLR, which contains visitors information. Next is HLR, home location register. HLR is the main database of permanent subscriber information for a mobile network. HLR is an integral component of CDMA, code division multiple access, TDMA, time division multiple access, and GSM, global system for mobile communication networks. The Mobile Switching Center MSC is a telephone exchange that makes the connection between mobile users within the network, from mobile user to the public switched telephone network, and from mobile users to other mobile networks. Now this gives GSM overview. We can see there are different types of registers or presents, like I have already explained IMSI. Now these are done NSS with OSS and RSS. HLR is there, MSC is there, GMSC is there. They are connected with fixed networks. Also, there is a caller identifier. Using a caller identifier, the individual cells are recognized. Now, to locate and address a mobile station, several numbers are needed. One is MSISDN. What is MSISDN? The authentic telephone number of a mobile station is the mobile subscriber ISDN. Based on the same, a mobile station can have MSISDN, as each subscriber is assigned with a separate MSISDN to get their SIM respectively. The structure followed by MSDN categories are defined based on International ISDN number plan, country code CC up to 3 places, national destination code NDC typically 2 to 3 decimal places, subscriber number SN up to maximum 10 decimal places. Then IMSI. IMSI is International Mobile Subscriber Entity, which is unique to each number, and I have already explained IMSI. Then there is IMEI, the International Mobile Station Equipment Identity. IMEI looks more like a serial number which distinctively identifies a mobile station internationally. This is allocated by the equipment manufacturer and registered by the network operator, who store it in the Equipment Identity Register EIR. By means of IMEI, one recognizes obsolete, stolen, or non functional equipment. Following are parts of IMEI. Typical approval code TAC. It is 6 decimal places and is assigned centrally. Final assembly places, it is also of 6 decimal places and is assigned by the manufacturer. Serial number 6 decimal places and is assigned by the manufacturer. Spare or SP, it is of 1 decimal place. Now we should learn temporary mobile subscriber entity, TMSI. TMSI can be assigned by the VLR, which is responsible for the current location of a subscriber. The TMSI needs to have only local significance in the area handed by the VLR. This is stored on the network side only in the VLR and is not passed to the home location register. Together with the current location area, the TMSI identifies a subscriber uniquely. It can contain up to 4x8 bits. And TMSI keys are shorter than IMSI key. They are more efficient to send. TMSI key are used for securing GSM networks. Then MSRN, mobile station roaming number. The MSRN is used in GMSC to set up a connection to the visited MSC or VLR. It is an interim location dependent ISDN number assigned to a mobile station by a regionally responsible visitor location register VLA. Using MSRN, the incoming calls are channelized to the mobile station. The MSRN has the same structure as MSISDN. Country code CC of the visited network, national destination NDC of the visited network, subscriber number SN in the current mobile network. Then mobile terminated call. What is the process of mobile terminated call? That is being explained stepwise. First step is calling a GSM subscriber. Second step, forwarding call to GMSC. Third step, signal call setup to HLR. Next step, request MSRN from VLR. Then forward responsible MSC to GMSC. Forward call to current MSC. 8th and 9th, get current status of mobile station, actually where the mobile station is present. Then 10 and 11, paging of mobile station. 12 and 13, 2 steps are involved for mobile station answers. Then step 14 and 15 is dedicated for security checks, and then 16 and 17 is for setup connection. So these are the steps of wired phone call. Now we will learn another concept which is called handover. Handover, when a mobile terminal moves outside the coverage of its base station, the network management is assumed to take appropriate measures. A handover or handoff to another base station is required to ensure sufficient quality of reception. Generally, there are GSM handover. There are 4 types of handover: intra-cell, inter-cell, intra-BSC, inter-BSC, intra-MSC and inter-MSC handover. Let us see one by one. First type is intracell. A new frequency need to be arranged by BSC because of the interference. Then second one is intercell intra-BSC handover. The mobile station moves from one cell to another. The BSC performs a handover. Inter-BSC intra-MSC handover. The handover is controlled by the master switching center. Inter-MSC handover. Both MSCs perform the handover together. Generally, handover occurs when one mobile moves from one location to another location. Now, I want to add something more, that there are more types of handover, or these handover fall under two part: hard handover and soft handover.